Hi, everyone. This is a bit of a different setting. This is obviously the background changed a little bit if you've been following these from me. This one is from my kitchen. This is my fridge. And that's because I am in the process of moving. So today actually is my last day in America. I am moving to Japan. Some of you know I'm moving to Tokyo. I will continue to be doing some work with Harmony, and I also have other neuroscience work I'm doing there. But part of the excitement about relevant to you is I will also be in Japan helping to do some Harmony work there. So become a bit of a tradition. I every week try to record a message like that to talk a little bit about class activities and what's new in the assignment. So this week you really have to choose between your stream A, that is infrastructure, or stream B, that is application work. So hope you choose wisely. You can see the assignment and already that can help you to decide what might be good for you to do, because if the Rust parts are just too difficult, then that's not worth forcing it. And as I said, it's not like application is easier or more inferior in any way. In fact, application work can be more creative, and you're more likely to come up with something on your own there. Infrastructure work is harder for you to start out as a beginner, or to just build a product that a lot of people use. So you probably would need more input from us, or the product may not actually get used so much. But infrastructure is interesting. At Harmony, of course, that's what we do. And so I hope you guys should just sort yourself into the two cohort, into the two categories, and depending on your interests and experience and temperament, etc. So a few things. So the prices, we will give them out. Sorry, there've been some little bit delays because the DAO has been formed. So the funds have now been in our hands, and there's a bit of administrative bloat that happened in the past week, just getting that done. So just be patient. It will be in your hands soon. I know you guys are not doing it for money. So but having the money is good, and then those prices, I wrote it very clearly in the course syllabus or the prices section. These you don't need to wait till the end. So we will give it to you soon, but just be a bit more patient with us. Don't ping everyone, especially Kathy. You guys been paying her a lot. I think she's not an administrator for the course. She's just one of the teaching staff. So we'll get back to you soon. And then the other thing I want to talk about is the final project. I think some of you are still trying to find an idea. It's good to continue to think about it. So part of the assignment is to make sure that you list at least 2 ideas. So don't just come up with the first idea and do it. Try multiple ideas and compare the pros and cons. Think about which one is better. Be realistic, but also try to do something that actually people might use. And I think that's an important bottom line. So how technically sophisticated it is may not be as important. And if you really lack ideas, I think 2 things I can say that might be relevant would be, one might be DAO tooling. I think DAO tooling, I mentioned it last time, is really a very important area. You go to hackathons and there's still, or if you've been on a DAO, which you will be if you graduate and join CK DAO. The tools are very primitive, and CK is a very important area for bringing ideas, new ideas into that space and sharpening those tools. So for instance, the governors, they need to sign signatures, and governors in the DAO, to some extent, the DAO should be transparent, the transactions, but the governors, their own history and participation in DAOs may or may not need to be totally public. Some people might prefer privacy, and depending on the DAO, that might actually be something we can encourage if the tools allow us to do that, right? And the tools are not always there. And other things like voting for peer bonus, and that's something that people are increasingly trying to do. So like Coordinate is one of the tools that a lot of people are trying to use now. So coordinate is in coordinate, but it ends with APE if you want to look it up. And but some of these, there might be an argument to be made that some of these should be done privately, right? So if I vote on peer bonus, if I do it openly, then of course then that it kind of changes the social dynamics. There will be tit for tat, and you don't want to hurt people's feelings, and so it just becomes harder, become more political in some ways, and that might be the nature of it. And some DAOs might decide that, okay, we should be open because that's transparent, but CK might be another useful tool there to allow people to vote on these in kind of privacy and make sure that it's still fair and things are not tampered with. So these are ideas for DAO that I think you should think about. And the other is really games. I think games is going to be a huge area as well. A lot of the driving adoptions come from users, and especially when games on chain, of course, they're not just games. They can come with gaming with valuable assets, and that could be a very exciting area as well. So Harmony itself has invested into a project called the Blue Metaverse. So we'll be building in the coming months a metaverse, a virtual reality environment where a lot of games and other activities would happen. So you don't have to build something that is 3D and virtual reality. Probably is very hard to do in a short time, but just building any games that can have actual users that can benefit from some application of ZK for fairness, for privacy, even for scaling. So even like when you play Dark Forest, you see how congested it can get, even though it's already on a layer 2 chain, is on XDAI, and so a lot of these can, you can think about games, and it would be another interesting area. So these are the two things I like, or I, based on my marketing trends research, I think will be interesting. But really, anything goes. Check out Kathy's project, CK Photo. I think that was one of the more original projects from last round, and it's again a very interesting use case. And build something that you want to build. Just go crazy. Okay, with that, and I think I have one last thing I want to talk about. Bear with me for a minute. Sorry that today's video is not as polished or as usual because I'm in the process of moving. Yes, I think that is it. Okay. So with that, I will still talk to you. I might be slightly less active this week because of the moving, but I can announce one more thing is I will release another set of videos soon about something totally different. Some of you asked me about consciousness, and I always don't really want to talk about that because that's really a different side of my work that has very little to do with crypto. But I think there's a relationship between that and DAO governance that I might want to start a different set of videos to talk about. And that won't be part of the course syllabus. Actually, neither is this. I just sometimes make announcements. But I would do that and maybe post it to the random channels. So meanwhile, hopefully you stay happy building, and don't let the don't let the funding, don't let the project ideas stop you from starting to build. I think the good way is to start to explore ideas and also start to build a little bit, because a lot of your initial building would be tooling, finding the right tools, finding the right open source code to fork from, and you should just start now. And in fact, that is part of by design. I want you to start doing that now and start to explore ideas. And then I think next week you have to finalize your idea, and that by the time you finalize the idea, that's not the point you start building. In fact, that is the point that you have already got your hands dirty, and that's when you actually kind of finally fixate on the final idea. Okay, so I'll see you in a week, if not sooner.